Ready.
If a doll is haunted or not, we always use the term. I mean, some of these dolls we know are haunted, but we believe they're haunted. Personally, we believe they're haunted, but we usually use the term alleged. A lot of people will think when you see a haunted doll that there's a spirit in it. I don't believe that. It's more of an attachment. It'll come and go. It's just got a connection to the doll.
It's exactly the same. We would relate to a haunted place. It's not. I mean, folk have been with numerous. Folk have been to Balgony with us a few times. Sometimes it's active, sometimes it's quiet. Spirits aren't always there. They come and go. It's the same as these items. People have had an attachment to them. They come back, they visit them. Maybe it's a sudden death and they attach themselves to it. But they come and go. He's probably a wee bit different. He's voodoo.
He's voodoo, yeah.
And this one's different. This has been used in occult magic. It's got to stay in his case after it gets. You can take him out during the day. As soon as it gets dark, got to be in the case. Otherwise, there's warnings there about what's going to happen. Right, first two items I'm going to talk about. These two wee chaps down here. This kind of leads on to the question about when you first get them. These are my two first ever haunted items. CYRIL the Clown and Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim was the first haunted item I ever tried to get. He was being sold on eBay, but there's a book written about Tiny Tim, which gave me a wee bit of confidence about the validity. I'll move around a little bit. Can you see? I'll make this a bit of a good thing.
What can you see?
What?
You're dead.
I actually spent a lot of time speaking to the seller, preparing myself for bringing Tim into the house. I wanted to know what does he do, what's his story, what activity has he had, because I've got kids, I've got dogs, I've got other animals. I don't want to bring anything particularly bad into the house. I spent that much time researching it and asking questions. Somebody else bought him. I missed out when I was gutted. A month later, CYRIL came up. Because I'd already done a lot of the background information, I managed to get CYRIL. CYRIL's story is he's actually believed to be a drayman spirit. He came from a house clearance at a former coaching inn, which obviously then starts the time of the story. It was the girl's grandmother who died. CYRIL had always been just on the shelf on the stairs in this coaching inn that she lived in. And she always hated the dog. It's opposite of a lot of items. He never looks at you. He's always looking away from you. She didn't like that. Sometimes you get a doll that always looks at you. He doesn't look at you, he always looks away. There's just something about him, she just didn't like him. So when the granny died and she inherited the whole estate, she had to deal with the house clearance. She gave CYRIL into a local spiritualist church who did 6 months of research with him. They got the name CYRIL, that he was around 40 years old and he's quite angry and annoyed. They couldn't get anything else out of him. And after 6 months, they have a policy, they research for 6 months, then they sell, that's it. So I got CYRIL from them. A month later, I got contacted and said, Tiny Tim's never gone anywhere, do you want him? Thought, he's destined to come to me. So I took him. Tiny Tim, small boy, called Tim, hence the name. The story with him is that the dog was bought second hand for this small boy. The kid loved it, absolutely loved the doll, took him everywhere. The parents didn't like it. The parents started to feel there's something, he's getting too connected with this doll, or something to right here. On one occasion, the boy had left him at the bottom of a tree and decided to climb it, and he fell out of the tree. Went running to his mum and dad crying. They found him at the bottom of the tree and said, that's it, we're getting rid of him. They took him to a local church. Minister passed him on to somebody else. Through the research with him, they found out that it's a boy that died in a fall that's attached to him, called Tim. What my belief is that he wasn't doing anything bad to the wee boy, he was protecting him. He was climbing a tree, he was scared he was going to fall, so he pushed him before he got too high. That's why he fell, but he wasn't hurt at all, he just got fright. So he's much more a protective spirit. As I say, he came from a larger collection, because he went from the vicar to this old lady, who eventually passed him on. And she had written a book about all her haunted items, because she had several, and Tim had always been a protector to her. The two dolls have formed an amazing attachment. It's almost like father-son connection now, even though they don't actually have any connection through life. But it's almost as though CYRIL has taken on the fatherly role for Tim. Through audio results, we've had things like father, family. I split them up for a wee while, and they weren't happy. I was getting audio about, bring family, things like that, and once we were back together, it just felt better. I have done quite a lot of work with CYRIL, not done so much with Tim, because Tim's a wee boy, and there's only so much you can do with him. He's meant to cry blood, but I don't believe that, because you will see that he's got what looks like nail varnish painted on his face. Whether somebody's misinterpreted that, or whether somebody then eventually painted it on and pretended it was blood, I don't know, but I think it's just misinterpreted or put on there. CYRIL I did quite a lot of research with. He's definitely about 40. He seems to have died in an accident. I took him along to an old mill house. Our thought process was, if we have a haunted item, maybe it will help the spirits of the mill house come through. And we got this amazing story. It turned out nothing to do with the mill house, it was CYRIL's story. It seems from what he's told us is that he fell from a horse, a stable block if you like, with a trap door, and he's fallen through it. He was pushed, but he wasn't pushed with any malicious intent. It was as though somebody pushed him for a joke, not realising the trap door was open, down he went and he died. So he's pissed off about what happened to him. The fact that a stupid little joke ended up in him. I'm dead, basically. Do we have either of the spirits attached to these two haunted items? If you'd come forward, please. If you give us your name.
Hi. There's a
I'm recording as well.
there's a
I'm recording as well.
Pretty sure that was Timmy that came through there. Okay, Timmy, if we got you here, just confirm.
CYRIL.
Is he CYRIL's well?
Timmy.
Spirit, CYRIL, know you're in spirit now,
so
if that's what you mean. Can you tell us what happened to you?
fall.
Fall. There you go. This is good. This is where it's really awkward, because I'm sitting there thinking.
That's it.
Right.
One last question, CYRIL, if you don't mind. What is your connection? Why do you feel so attached to Tim?
And Andy as well.
I think that was thank you. I think that's him saying enough.
Okay.
Right, okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to talk about the Peruvian death dolls. Now, Has anybody ever heard of Peruvian death dolls? Does anybody know what it means, or?
Is that an effigy of the person that's passed? Like an idol, a statue of the person?
Almost, yes. I'd probably say yes, almost.
It's not an effigy, but it's certainly connected to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the person that's in the grave or whatever, it's like a statue of them or whatever, right?
It's not a link. It's not meant to look like them.
No.
But it's.
Be to relate to their family.
Yeah, it was certainly related to the family.
Now, it's quite a funny story. It's not really funny because when I tell you, you'll laugh and think we're even weirder. This was the first sort of item that we kind of bought together, you know, as a joint. We thought, right, there's 2 dolls, let's have one each. It was a Saturday night. I think you were up north, staying at the caravan. I was just at home doing whatever, looking for haunted items.
Random midnight text.
I think it was me that came across them, wasn't it?
No, it was you that found them.
That was him. We'll argue that. But anyway, we thought it was a good idea because in the listing, the dolls are actually made from dead people's clothes. So it's basically people have been buried in this material. They've been buried, whatever, for quite a lot of years. They've been dug up, whatever. And I know that sounds really weird. Why?
These earlier ones come from a floodplain.
That's what drew us to them. And I don't know why.
It's pushing the bodies up to the surface. So people take the clothes.
They're basically dolls made from dead people's clothes, which is why we thought that we wanted them for that reason. I don't know, but they came to us. So we got them. We were like, which one do you want? I'm just looking because I can't actually see from the back. Greg took this one. I took that one. Now, unbeknown to us at the time, we were completely oblivious to this. I think it must have been about 6 months. It wasn't too bad to start with, but serious stuff was going on. I had this doll in my car. Don't ask why it was in my car. It was in my car, in my glove box. Okay, I got it. I put it in the glove box. It was disrespectful what I'd done. It was disrespectful. I put it in because I don't want to leave it sitting in the seat. Because obviously someone looks in the window there. You know what I mean? Middle-aged guy going around with a rag doll. So put it in there. Greg took his home. I don't even think you'd uncased it or anything at the time.
No,
you kind of I think we showed a lot of disrespect to these, not on purpose. It was unintentional disrespect. Our friend Stefan, he was down. This is what sort of made it click. Every time we went into the room, there was just something wasn't right where I was storing them. I'm going to go back to the car when it was in my car. My car was breaking down on a regular basis. Now, I've had this car for 2 or 3 years. I've had no problems with it. Yeah, cars break down. I don't believe in coincidence in it anymore. All the time I had that in the car, it was just everything was going wrong. You know, I probably rebuilt the whole car by the time. So I was like, right. And I said to you, I said, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put it away. The car worked fine for about 6 months until I sold it. So I don't know. It could have been coincidence. But then Greg messaged me one night. He was telling me he was seeing things, he was feeling things, weird things was going on. The doll had to be removed from where it was with me. Greg needed more protection. Now it sounds silly, you know, to say that to take something that's potentially negative and attacking people, it had to be removed from where I was. Now as soon as I removed this, all the bad luck I was having, the little things they just disappeared overnight. That's how simple it was. Put them together, it was almost like their face lit up, their faces were happier, they were back together. All the stuff in Greg's house, in his spare room. Everything just disappeared, everything stopped, and we've had absolutely no trouble from them since. So this is Jacob, this the one with the red jacket, this is Jacob. I only got him about a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know why, I just felt he had to come to me. Now normally when I see any doll that says negative attachment on it, I'm not interested.
I was going to say.
They're feeling Jacob, so let's. I can't obviously pass him around because he is delicate. It's not that I don't trust you or anything.
Quite fragile.
I just, yeah.
We always, when we get an item, we try to give it a good 3-4 weeks just to kind of settle.
I just had an urge when I got this. It was actually, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd day of having it. I just felt that I had to do it. It was probably the best. It was probably the best communication we'd ever had, and it also made me any doubt I had on apps. You know, apps is a very, very funny thing, and in the paranormal world. You know, not everybody believes in apps, but that removed all doubt from my mind that apps do work.
Try it once more. You repeat the number that comes next after I finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. That is. You cannot rule that out. If you've heard, please tell me you've heard that on the live. Please, please, please tell me that went 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone come on and argue with me and say that that's not intelligent responses. That is intelligent responses. And that's what we're trying to do here.
On, off.
You're off. I'm off. This is amazing. I don't want to stop this.
It's not.
You ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Okay, you want to ask a question after
Yeah. Okay, so we're looking to make contact with Jacob. Are you here, Jacob? Here he is. Can you give us a message for validation? Listen.
What's your name again? Joe? I had a Joe there.
I thought I heard.
Yeah.
It's after.
Jacob, could you give us a message tonight? I'm really only looking to speak to Jacob.
People. Oh, that's a swear word.
If you could say bye, I'll put you in your case.
I had Jacob very low there. I need to check it because I could be just hearing things, but.
Quite a ventriloquist dog.
Ventriloquist, Uncle Herb.
Yep.
Good old Uncle Herb.
Then I thought, he's out.
Oh, is his mouth open?
He's annoying. Yep. Eh?
Is his mouth open?
Yeah. Yeah.
He ain't happy.
Oh.
But
Because he was like that.
he wasn't happy earlier on, but as soon as I took him out of his case, he was happy. So he closed his mouth. He doesn't like his case. But I found him a stand now to hold him up, so he might like it a bit more. I'll use the stand and I'll put him back in. Another very misunderstood doll, this one, in my view. It came from a Native American artifact dealer in California. This is the one that he begged me to take it. He had him up for sale, along with all his other Native American artifacts. Now, Uncle Herb, he came from a yard sale. Folk selling, it was a house estate again, your typical American house estate. The doll itself is over 100 years old. It was owned by a teenager going into kind of late 20s. He did it since he was a kid. He always wanted to be a ventriloquist. He bought the doll, he practiced, and then he got killed in an accident. The family kept the doll as kind of a remembrance to him. But they always kind of felt there was something attached to it, something negative, something not nice. The Native American artifact collector who knew the family that were selling, that was having the yard sale, went along and was looking at him and said, why are you getting rid of him? Because he knew he'd been in the family for generations. So he got told the story about, it's just uncomfortable around about it, no one likes him type thing. And they said, tell you what, with what you deal with, you take him. He couldn't handle him. When I contacted him, he was describing, he was actually in a box in his garage at that point. He had to go out to his garage to get photographs for me. Tossing himself around the house, banging footsteps all night, every night, is what he was hearing. I saw the doll was like bouncing off walls and everything, literally. He had him up for sale, but he had a strict stipulation that he would not sell him to anyone who lived in California. Stipulation was this doll has to get as far away from me as possible. So if you live in the same state as me, forget it. I want it in one of the faraway states. So I contacted him and said, is Scotland far enough away? And he said, yes, please. He was wanting quite a lot of money for him, because at the end of the day, I mean, the other thing I look at is he's a 100-year-old ventriloquist doll. He's got value in himself. So I was kind of always look at how much is the doll worth. Forget the spirit attachment, how much is the actual item itself worth? And I kind of make an offer, a generous offer, but based on that. I'm not saying I'd be able to get it if I sold it on just an antique, a ventriloquist dummy, but it was just a price I felt comfortable at, and he snapped my hand off, even though it was less than 50% what he was asking for. He came through to me. I've not actually done any research work other than get his name, which we actually did. I took him to Govan Shipyard to do an investigation there. We sometimes take it on time and just kind of have it on display. We were at an event and we took him, and Ali's done it with these two, so I did it with him, where I just had people hold them, see what they felt, and write down what they thought his name was. And there was a few names I thought, maybe not, but it was at the very end we used the Frank's box. They came through Uncle Herb. I thought, right, that actually, I like that fits you. So he's stuck with Uncle Herb. He's not nasty. He's almost as though he feels forgotten.
I think he needs attention.
Yeah, I definitely needs attention. Yeah, he's you know, this young man that died tragically, and it's almost as like the family just, well, we'll keep a doll and we'll just forget about him type thing. Okay, do we have the spirit connected to this ventriloquist dummy here with us?
Ready. Ready.
Edward.
Who's Edward?
Appear. Holy dear. Rap. Die. As wrong. No.
You want to speak to anybody here tonight?
Sing 'em. Bad. Oh.